So we had Arsenal,
Yes.
who were kind of in a similar situation right now.
Yeah.
They were up there.
They're up there.
I would say, arguably, we had the best midfield run in the modern Premier League era. Basically, even signing a player comes with a lot of analytics. And when you ask me about Graham Potter being, Enzo Maresca being a long-term visionary, it's really into the earlier stages, but he's going through the right track. Everything is
you
right.
believe in that. So the reason why I'm genuinely asking this question is because he deals with injuries well.
Yeah.
He wins you important games.
Yeah.
He's pretty good in dealing with the fans. That's what I.
I wouldn't say that.
Opinion?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would argue.
I mean, at least pretty good at the press conferences. He takes the responsibility.
He doesn't answer questions in a very
sensible manner.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I would say questions are asked to him, and the way that he responds is pretty much similar every single time. That should be the way.
Do you think it's a coping mechanism with the British media?
It should be. I mean, Graham Potter's Samayat, when he was going through certain similar stages when everything was uncertain, we had a lot of ego names in the form of,
like we have the United bomb squad.
Yeah, so many of them. Raheem Sterling, Koulibaly. So handling those kind of names when you were a manager just into your earliest stint as a coach, it was really hard for him. He didn't even have answers for most part of it. So for Enzo Maresca, he's still young, early into his career. He was a assistant manager at Man City, assistant manager at West Ham, head coach at
I think
Leicester City.
Yeah.
And now here. And he got sacked in Italy a long time ago. So it's really into his earlier stage, and he's going in the right track. There's so many things to learn.
One thing that I would best
run of form. But the one thing that he lacks is game management. So how he deals with certain. If we take an instance. If Chelsea is up against Man City tomorrow, it's kind of obvious that Pep has something up his sleeves against us. It's really easy to put your money down on Pep because he knows how to wiggle his way through to get a 3-pointer. That's where Enzo lacks. He has a lot of time. Hopefully. Question arises next year if. I've been going through certain podcasts and stuff and came across a report that we are not going to buy any players during the January transfer window.
Okay.
What happens if a good number one goalkeeper comes up? What happens a solid number 9 kicks in? What happens if we have an experienced centre back? That's when people start raising questions. Now is the time to win the Premier League. Now is the time to win the Champions League. Yeah, it's been 3 years. Where's the big trophies coming? I wouldn't call Conference League as a significant trophy.
No.
Club World Cup was good.
Just good.
Yeah, just good because for the fact that we beat the champions of Europe. At its prime. So
you outclassed them in every department.
Even I didn't expect that because
nobody.
Most of the big results that Enzo Maresca has is based upon how his philosophy is, like keeping the ball intact, asking the opponents to come and bite us, and then
release the ball
spaces. That's PSG. It's basically to do with the disadvantages that PSG brought up, like. Desiree Doué was all over the place, and then
they were clueless. They didn't know how to pass the ball onto the wings.
No,
they were in.
Nuno Mendes was high up the line. Reece James knew this. He took that space up. Angana first goal, and Mario Gusto was so good in that game. So
he's a very underrated player, I think.
Yeah, he is. He's young. He's 21, 22-ish, and all of them are so young. And the good thing about Enzo is young players, they have a lot of ego comparatively with people who have made that name. Like for example, Vinicius Junior is going through a really hard stint at the moment against
he is.
Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso.
So our ego name a player who has achieved a lot, who's almost almost won a Ballon d'Or, and player who is into his young age, expecting a lot of things and expecting of becoming a big player. Our ego, it's really hard to handle both of them.
Yeah.
So people like Estevao, Garnacho especially when he was in Man United and he had to go through a couple of managers in a really hard stint.
Yeah.
Now he's pretty much flourishing relatively.
I think he's playing well with your team. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
He played pretty good against. I forgot which opponent it was.
Burnley?
No, I'm not pretty. He. It was right after an international break. It was so good. He had He had a goal, a couple of assists, and it was so good. I forgot which game it was against. But yeah, so people like Estevao, Garnacho, Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer, Liam Delap, who could be the next Harry Kane.
Okay.
Then
that's
that's where those people see themselves. The next Harry Kane, the next
Number 9.
Lampard, the next I don't know, Eden Hazard.
Okay.
So we have a lot of names kicking in. So all they want to do is they want to be successful, and Enzo knows how to handle these young names.
So from what I've understood from your words is that you guys you actually trust Enzo Maresca, and
for now I don't see any other coach taking up the job
and dealing with all this.
Again, if you sack Maresca now, I mean, there's no reason to sack him.
Yeah.
But if you sack him right now, what's the best alternative? There is no one. And there's no one to take care of the job, and it's pretty much, it's all right to go a couple of years without any trophies and building an identity and becoming successful the way Jurgen Klopp or Mikel Arteta is doing right now. So it's always that's the no-brainer. That's the ideal way to go for.
Yeah. Let's talk about the wow. Estevao.
Yeah.
Estevao. What do you have to say about like a hardcore Chelsea fan?
I don't want to talk much about it.
You don't want to jinx it, right?
Yeah. Because the thing is, he's 18.
Yeah.
He's from Brazil. The astonishing thing is he chose Premier League over Spanish or Bundesliga or someplace else. For a person who's really lean and kind of fragile, to choose a physical league that demands physicality and mentality at the same time. He's
pull off performances like this. Yeah,
people back in Brazil call him the Messinho. When I got to know that Chelsea is spending like 45 million up towards if plus bonuses for a player like Estevao, who had no clue who he was like a year and a half ago, I thought of the fact we are spending more money on players that are not proven. The thing is, Chelsea, again, I'm bringing the identity again into picture. So Chelsea always goes for players who are at least into their prime or who's about to be in their prime. Players like Eden Hazard, Oscar, David Luiz, these are the mid 2010s, right? Yeah. And we had Lampard was a young kid back when he was in West Ham, and he was almost into his prime, and he was up there. He was something else. So Chelsea used to spend a lot of money on players who were ready to showcase it to the world, right?
Yeah.
Now it's not the case. We are spending 40, 50, 60 million upward towards about 120 million on players who hasn't done
anything.
I wouldn't say anything, but who hasn't done in a significant fashion.
Yeah.
Like winning a World Cup.
Who hasn't done good enough stuff in the Premier League or in any other team. But they are seeing them as potential players that might bring success to the team.
The word "might" is kind of frightening. Spending money on that is frightening. That's when.
Well, that's how football is right now.
Yeah, pretty much. So Estevao right now, I don't want to talk too much about him because he's really young. Similar thing goes for players like Yamin Yamal and players like Desiree Doué. They're so
People
good,
have started
man.
comparing Yamal and
No,
Esteban.
I wouldn't do that
Esteban.
one. I mean, I'm pretty much happy and kind of I'm having a smiley face
Yeah,
just,
I can see it.
in between midweek. But again, it's what happens if he tears his ACL?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand
those are the things.
But
So-
but we can take the positives, Sam, because from what we've understood from the news reports and everything, he's a good boy. He's an obedient boy.
Yeah.
Stays with the family.
True.
Doesn't use as much of his phone and stuff. That's what
Yeah.
Enzo is. So he's a good boy. Like how a teacher said about his
he's brought up
student.
in a good way. Yeah.
In a good way. I wanted to like just go on with the same same pace,
Yeah.
and no much of distractions coming into his way, or not affecting his game, like in no much injuries.
True.
And then absorbing the pressure, absorbing the scrutiny of the media if he had to face
The
it.
players are not letting the pressure to kick in, and so we have a lot of Brazilian players at the moment in time. So we have João Pedro, Estevao, we have Andre Santos,
Yeah, I understand.
and a couple of other names that I can't even recall. So so they do know that. For a player like, what did we do when we were 18? We
Yeah.
barely knew what the world was.
World was, yeah.
So going into a country which is multilingual and
Yeah.
people are, of different culture and stuff, you tend to be a bit. What I feel, so we are talking Australia, and we have a
Yeah.
country that
Yeah.
is pretty much different from India,
Yeah.
culturally and in every sort of thing.
Every sort of thing.
So you become a bit more down to earth,
Yeah.
and you start from the scratch and build your way through. So it's not a platform, and Premier League is not a platform where you can be much.
Showboarding and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's not about showboarding. It's not a platform where you can. What do you say? Thinking of the word.
Where you can actually showcase your raw talent, or
No, it's not a. It's not an expressive place to showcase,
Like you play according to your style?
yeah. You have to be
your style.
humble when you're playing in Premier League,
Premier League, yeah.
because it's a physical.
or else you'll be
environment.
humbled. Yeah.
Yeah. So a similar thing goes for Eden Hazard. He came from France, and he was pretty good. First season was so good, but he took it up his stride. He learned from his teammates, and teammates looked after him, and that's how it should be for Estevao as well. And he has a long way to go. It's just 18.
18,
and yeah. And there are so many young talents up there. I really want I really want to wish success for Pedro Neto. I've been following him ever since, and he was in Wolves.
Yeah.
Such a peaceful player. Really unlucky with injuries,
Yeah.
but somehow he's making his way through.
So he's getting back the rhythm. The amount of the distance that he covers
so
in a
good,
game,
man. Yeah.
even for Portugal, for Chelsea, the amount of distance he covers, the aggression that he shows, the way he supports his teammates.
True.
If something happens, they will like just get up. Like if there's a goal down, he just gets through all his players and then asks them to like regroup.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
the
do it
thing
again.
about that's what makes me really smile after every single game. It's back when we had the uncertainty of Crele Capital coming up and losing Abramovich. Everybody was having a very subtle face. Everybody was kind of putting their head down and then not hoping much for the next game or something. But right now, Kukurea, see how good he is. So good, yeah.
Kukurea.
And then and everybody want to fight for the badge. And again, when we face up against Man United, there are scenes where Enzo Fernandez kisses the badge against our boy Mason Mount, which is really personal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So we are in a good stage at the moment.
Yeah.
But this is not where we used to be.
Yeah.
We are not a club that fights for second or third. We are a club
Top
that,
four.
Yeah,
Yep.
we are a club that fights for first.
Title.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah.
I'd like to ask you regarding this maybe not a controversial thing, but yeah. What about the spending? What about outside
Yeah.
football? Like what about the American takeover? Todd Boehly, a banker taking over your club, your boyhood club. I mean, like Chelsea is loved, but you know the legacy, the fans over there. They're too emotional. They take it too personal.
Yeah.
So the departure of Abramovich has affected not only the fans, the players, the locals, everyone. So how do you see the American takeover in the long term, and them integrating not only the players, the technical staff, the managers? So I'm not saying that Enzo Maresca might have a tough time. Any manager can have, like Arne Slot won the title last year. He's having a tough time right now. So that can happen. So do you see? Forget the manager, forget the players. Do you see the board, the owners,
Right.
for the long term as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as we speak, Chelsea is the biggest entity that's been sold in the sports football perspective. So it cost them about $4 billion.
Yeah, 4 billion.
For 4 billion euros or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see them moving away. And Clear Lake Capital, Todd Boehly owns a baseball team.
Yeah, he does.
He Dodgers, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dodgers. And then
Not sure the name, but
he owns another football club in the form of Strasbourg.
Yeah.
He's about to buy a stake in Santos Football back in Brazil. So they're pretty much investing a lot of money on football now.
They have a
Because
plan. Yeah.
they know that so football is never an estate or an entity that goes down in business.
No.
It always goes up, or it's always constant.
Yeah, it's constant.
Especially in Premier League, if you invest money on a certain club in a significant fashion,
Yeah.
it never dies down. It's always constant, or it's always going up.
Going up.
Yeah. So I don't see them moving away.
Yeah.
Answering your first question, what do I think about the spending? I'm gonna get a lot of bad comments about this.
Nah,
it's
fine.
not about the price tag at the moment in time.
Yeah.
Ever since Neymar was sold for $122 million, price tag has no justification for the player.
Yeah.
Spending $100 million on Enzo Fernandez, who just won the World Cup but hasn't done much in club level, and
Comes to the Premier League.
he comes to the Premier League. He's doing pretty good.
He's doing good,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, he's a good number 8. He's not the best number 8 in the league though, but
Game
he's
against Barca, he did exceptionally
so good.
well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
good,
and again, spending 120 million on Coutinho, who has proven,
Yeah.
but didn't live up to his hype.
Yeah.
Griezmann was another example.
Yeah.
Usman Dembele.
Yeah.
There's so many examples that we can talk about, and there are players who have flourished based upon their price tag. Caicedo, Reece James. Sorry, not Reece James. Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Declan Rice and.
Don't you think that's an English thing? Not about the other players, but there
is a thing called English tax.
English tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a thing called English tax where you if there is any player that has been sold inside the country, you have to pay a bit more because it's been you're selling a player directly to your rivals, and that asks for more money. So
I saw a video video recently hyping up Phil Foden these days a lot. And it was them emphasizing about a video where Foden made a simple pass to Eberechi Eze, and him finishing it. But him not
But
getting the credit, but the Foden, but when
I saw
Foden
that
did that
comment.
pass, the pass gets all the credit.
Yeah, it was like Foden setting up for
Sitting up the way he paused the ball, the way he sliced the ball through through to the inside of
Finish
his
was
foot.
obsessional, man. It
Yeah,
was so good.
the finish was emphatic, but it never got the recognition he wanted. I mean, I know it was a sarcastic video, but then that is a thing in the English media. Like English players get hyped up so easily.
Yeah. I mean that's where all the eyes are.
Yeah.
Everybody wanna wanna see what's happening in English football. I mean,
Back in the days, that served justice because when you hype up Scholes, Frank, Stevie, that did some justice to the footballing world.
True.
But it's not the same. I'm not saying Declan Rice is an exceptional footballer. No doubt in that.
Yeah.
But the way Declan Rice is getting hyped up, I don't think any of the other leagues or any of the other international players gets hyped up.
I mean, we
Because
do have Vitinha. We do have.
we do.
We do have João Neves.
I don't think João Neves is that hyped up like Vitinha
Because nobody looks into French football much often.
Yeah, because
everybody expects them to compete in UCL rather than in French
exactly.
football. So that's where the
That's just a
main
warm-up
stage
game for
is.
them.
Yeah. But when it comes to Premier League, it's day in day out. You're
Making
competing
it,
in a
yeah,
very significant fashion.
Yeah.
Because just think about it. For us Chelsea fan, we went to Turf Moor in Burnley.
Yeah.
We didn't have a good first half.
Yeah,
It took us
yeah.
60 minutes to score. It took us over an hour to score the first goal. So it's really hard for Premier League teams to go through on a weekly basis.
Yeah. And
So that's where the quality lies. So everybody knows that. I'm not don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that other leagues are below class or below the standards.
No.
There are so many raw talents out there
Yeah.
in French football or in Bundesliga.
Spanish
The
league.
question is, are they ready enough to compete in Premier League?
Yeah.
So it's always wise enough to. It's always a good no-brainer to spend a bit more on a Premier League proven player, and then you can at least that they have done something.
I think that's what United did this season.
Yeah, Cunha
Spending on
was a
Cunha
good
and Mbeumo
investment.
was good. Yeah.
And even I can see Liverpool, if they are spending on this January or maybe next summer on Antoine Semenyo, it would be a good replacement for Mo Salah. So yeah, again, price tag isn't justified. It shouldn't be the justified factor for a player to be good or bad. What should so the way that player like Capital have brought up their system is buy more. Spend more.
Spend more. Get a lot of players in.
Get a lot of young talents in, and bring down their wage, their annual wage in salary.
But then I have a question for that. So when you spend more and get a lot of players in the squad, you have a good squad. But when you spend more, your fans, like you as a fan, we as fans, expect the team to compete for the title.
Yeah, because
I mean, yeah,
I don't expect
it's a
us to
process,
compete.
Yeah.
We are 5 points away from Arsenal. I don't see ourselves competing for
Top four.
first place.
Yeah.
Not this season for sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not about the. It shouldn't be about the price tag. It should be about the players. You spend 1 billion, but what are the players that came with that price tag?
Okay.
They are young talents, potential. That's the word. That's the key word.
Prospects.
Yeah. If you're spending $100 billion on a player who has potential, prospect, and talent, you're spending $100 million on those three keywords.
Yeah.
It's not about experience. They don't have the experience in it. They are gonna build experience.
Okay.
And what does experience come along? It requires time.
The best time. Yeah.
And time doesn't mean that it's just 1 month or 2 months.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of integration, training, mentality, what happens if they end up in an injury? How like Lenny Yoro is an example. Now he didn't have a good game last night. But nobody talks about the price that you guys spend upon. It shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
On a financial basis, if your club wants to run in a sustainable financial background, I reckon it's wise for the club to have a balanced salary cap.
Yeah.
So that means that requires a lot of young talents. No ego.
Yeah. People managing.
No ego. No ego elements. But it comes to a point. I mean, I could be wrong as well.
Yeah. No, that's just your view about it.
And the question arises when. So what we as a fan, or all of us as a fan, is like, if you have a young talent or a young squad in the form of Chelsea or any other squad who's young, like Brighton or something, what happens if you have 2 or 3 veteran players or maybe proven players like
Milner?
Like, just think about the fact that what would be the position that we would be in if Thiago Silva was still playing in Chelsea? Would be different.
Yeah, it would be different.
Because you have a person who could guide our backline.
Yeah.
We have a young backline. Our oldest player, not the backline, but our oldest player is Torsen. Adebayor.
Yeah.
He's 28. Yeah. So
that's where your average age comes from.
Yeah.
21,
So that's where experience kicks in. And Premier League, again, since it's mentally and physically demanding, and it requires endurance rather than
just
one game.
Yeah, just one game
miracles.
Yeah.
It requires endurance. So with endurance, we need experience. With experience, you get a lot of results. With the results, you get a lot of
titles.
A lot of good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah.
So that's the similar sort of a course that Arsenal is going through. You have experience. You have people to guide. You have a good coach.
As well. Yeah, good coach.
You have a sporting director who wants to get good players.
Good players, yeah.
And you have a system that kind of has a backup option and a good backup option.
Yeah. Like last night, William Saliba was injured. I think
Hincapie was there. Hincapie did a good effort in the first couple of 10 or 20 minutes.
25.
We had I guess it was Enzo Fernandez. He was almost one-on-one against the keeper.
Yeah.
Hincapie did an interception. So good. That's how it is. And players want to be in Arsenal.
Yeah.
Hincapie chose Arsenal.
Yeah.
So
just like Declan Rice.
It takes a lot of time. It's not about 1 season or 2 seasons or something. It takes about 3, 4, 5. And when you reach a certain point that people, even players, believe in your system and in your ideas and stuff.
What about Sorry.
So new players just wanna join your mission, and Hincapie is an option. Is an example.
I don't remember the name. The right back for Arsenal. He played
Timber.
Not Timber. Timber is he's already proven. He played.
Ben White.
No, I don't remember the name. He was introduced when somebody got injured a couple of games ago. I'm not sure about the name, but then come back to it. What about the last night's game? Like
Arsenal.
It was a London physical tussle. It was first 13 minutes they got 3 yellow cards maybe.
Yeah.
And all our favorites. Anthony Taylor was the referee.
Yeah. He is the only guy we're not a fan of. London derbies are known for their physicality and their brutal nature of how the game is.
Yeah.
So wasn't a surprise that there were a lot of bookings, even in a very high frequency. But that was a red card for sure. That was a red card for sure. But the surprising end is how Chelsea dealt with it. I was pretty certain that we would have had a good result if it was 11v11 for 90 minutes.
But whenever you were 1 man down, you already lost in this season against us. United.
Yes.
Against Brighton.
Yeah, that was the first time we lost a player or something, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and even we were pretty good in the first couple of stint when
We played us as well. Yeah.
who was sent off? It was Robert Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez.
So yeah, even before that, we were kind of all right. I mean, like we were up the mix, but we took ourselves out of the equation ever since we.
Adding to that, are you happy with Robert Sanchez?
Last night was so good, man. Last night
night
was
was
so
good.
good. Yeah,
For the long term.
talking about Robert Sanchez is the fact that so for 6 games we had 4 clean sheets. So that's something justifiable. That is okay. And when talking about Chelsea's goalkeeper lines, we had Courtois, we had Petr Cech for a long stint,
Yeah.
and ever since Courtois left us with a broken heart, it's kind of all over the place based upon who we
We
signed.
got
and stuff.
Arrizabalaga, which didn't turn out to be good, but then
Kepa was termed as a promising talent back then when he was in Athletic Club, but he wasn't. He was not worth the price tag, I guess.
he did have a lot of ego issues as well. I think.
It was okay,
Okay.
but he was not the player that we were seeking.
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
He was not the right.
He was not a Chelsea keeper. Yeah.
He's not the right replacement for Courtois in a long
Absolutely.
stint. So we have a player in the form of Mike Penders. That's where every Chelsea's eyes are up against. He's in Strasbourg at the moment. He's flourishing up there. Strasbourg are second in the league, I guess. And maybe in a couple of years' time, you could see him coming back and playing for Chelsea. He's on a loan stint right now. And when you talk about and I heard news that we are again gonna adventure in this in signing Mike Mignon.
Yeah.
But see, goalkeeper has a longer stint in a career wise.
Yeah.
So it's always good to trust your guts.
Yeah, like 30, 31 is their prime.
Yeah, and they can still go till 40.
Yeah.
So Robert Sanchez for now is all right to build up a project, but once the project is sturdy up there and we are a club that is ready to win everything, I would say we have to move on.
Have to move on.
Yeah.
Because he's making errors that costs you. Like,
Not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah. But he did make those errors in the earlier stages of this season. And then the
Yeah.
one against us, that was
That was significant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think that really cost you the game.
That cost us 3 points. But
Yeah.
the thing is, the way that he was 18 months ago and the way that he is now is two different players.
Yeah.
And all the credit goes to Enzo.
Stuff.
Yeah. Enzo Maresca has brought up confidence into the group that everybody want to fight for the badge and for the fans.
Yeah.
And so I mean it's so satisfying hearing the bash of the cages that we have.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this or not. If you're a Chelsea fan,
Yeah.
you know this. When we score a goal in our home ground, there's a chain of events that happens right afterwards that people start smashing at the gates.
Okay.
It's called the gate smashing.
Okay.
You hear. You have to listen to it. It's such a satisfying tone.
Okay.
And everybody want to fight for the badge, man.
Okay.
Everybody is in a good mood right now. Relatively, when we were back like 2-3 years ago,
Yeah.
such a good position now. We can see that there's an evident growth in every stance. Especially last night when we were 1 man down and it was 10 man up against 11. People just, there would be scenarios where Arsenal would be thriving against us,
Yeah.
which was the expectation from my end. Because a clearly one horse race at that point in time for Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah.
The best team in Europe at the moment in time. The best lineup that you can expect. I mean, lineup as in you have everything. You have a good replacement. You have good number 9 set of number 9s. There are still players that are still injured. What happens when they come back? So it's the entire team is on a different league now, right? So to get a single point out of that game with one man down, it felt like a victory to us. So
Yeah, I get it.
so
But then there is this question going around fans saying, is Declan Rice the best midfielder right now in the world? And then they're comparing them with Moises
Caicedo, yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
It depends upon what kind of a system you run in your system. In your
That's what my answer would be,
lineup.
because they both play in a different.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
different.
It's like comparing a
Winger.
right winger against number 10, if I'm being honest. So Moise is a good player in getting the ball out of the hands of the opponent. He's really good at it. You could see you could see that. You could see the justification of that statement when you go through the game against Spurs.
Yeah.
He was outclassing everyone.
And
like
Liverpool
that.
as well.
Yeah,
And
he was outclassing everyone. So Moise is a player who wins the ball.
Yeah.
Declan Rice is
Progresses,
better.
yeah.
He's up there. He's in the final third. He's a good set piece player. He can put in a lot of good crosses into the final mix. He's a player that you can depend upon in mentality wise.
Yeah.
And he is the captain. He was the captain of West Ham, so he has a lot of experience in that.
He is a captain material.
Yeah, so I would again. It's based upon your system.
Yeah.
But Declan Rice has a couple of steps ahead of Moise at the
Moise,
moment.
okay.
Yeah, because Moise is still young.
Yeah.
Has a lot to learn.
That's
Especially what happened
That's
last
an
week.
honest opinion from a
Yeah.
Chelsea fan, guys.
Yeah,
so
Moise
that's what
is-
he told when he was asked the question. Declan Rice was responding in such a way that you cannot compare both of us.
Yeah,
we
it's
both play in
such a
different
different
number 6,
style
number
of
8,
play.
yeah.
Moise plays like he's not a box to box. He's more of a ball winning player. Declan Rice is more like a box to box player.
He is, yeah.
He can play behind the ball. Even I saw a clip of him running behind the final line of Chelsea defense and seeking the ball from, I guess it was Eze or something. So that's not something that Moise does often.
Moise does sets the tempo as well.
Yeah,
Like
Moise dictates where the ball
dictates,
goes
yeah.
or where the opponent goes switches from one flank to another. So it's two different players. Not a segment that we can compare up against. But yeah. So
Cool.
it has to be Rice a couple of steps ahead of Moise at the moment time. But still, there are so many rooms to fill for Moise. Especially when it comes to yesterday when he got the red card. Enzo knew it was a red card. Every single Celtic fan knew it was a red card, apart from the fact that it was was a referee that we are not kind of a fan of against. So he knew it. He knew for the fact that he's going to be sent off,
Yeah.
even though he gave us a smiley face
Yeah.
in the end. But he's going to learn from it.
Yeah,
That's how it is. You got to learn from
Yeah.
it.
So bottom line, like to end this in a good note, where do you see Chelsea when the season ends? I know that's a bit
I can see us finishing in the top four for sure.
yeah. Where in that?
It's
Like
again
that's the buzz.
subjective. It's again subjective. We have
Okay.
a lot of teams in the form of Man United is sort of kicking in. Liverpool, you never know what happens to Liverpool after when we reach mid-March or something.
What about City?
City's up there. Premier League is going through a transition period. It's not about possession football anymore. It's about how
Set
you
pieces
progress the
and all
ball.
this, yeah.
So City plays in a way that they progress the ball rapidly rather than in a conservative manner. So that's where the style of football is going right now.
Yeah.
We got a system where you keep your shape intact, and rely on set pieces or maybe rely on opposition's weaknesses, and that's where Arsenal is going through right now. And we got a different system in the form of Sunderland,
Yeah.
who's way different compared to all rest of the 19 teams in the league. So
Too good for a promoted side.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised for the fact that they're in the top half. I was
They
expect-
signed Saka, who can
Yeah.
dictate and then who can be the talisman, the midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, so coming back to the question, where do I see ourselves? If we are consistent enough, which we are not, I can see us finishing in the top 4. Third
Definitely.
place would be a good sign of
Yeah.
improvement for sure. Second would be pretty good. But the thing is, what happens next season when we finish second or when we finish third?
Then the
That's-
fans demand.
Yeah, then we can't afford another slip up
Yeah.
the way that we used to go through a couple of years time. So yeah, top 4 would be good. Champions League, I see ourselves going through the knockout phases. Don't see ourselves, even though we are a good team in a knockout phase, but I don't see ourselves winning the entire stuff. But it would be a successful season if we end up with a silverware in the form of a League Cup or a Carabao
Yeah.
Cup or an FA Cup or something, and finish top 3, and going through the final stages of the Champions League. That would be a good improvement based upon the fact that we are a young squad.
in this one.
We have gone through a couple of injuries with key players like Levi Colwill,
Cole
Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
And Leon Delap in the first couple of months of
The season, yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, it
That's
would
where,
be a good.
that's where you see.
And again, we are a very young squad. A manager who hasn't, made himself or have kept himself in the spotlight of Champions League before.
Yeah.
So getting
And
into
so
the
Barca
final,
winning the Champions League would be a great thing. Yeah.
I don't
With
see
this
that
squad,
happening.
yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
that happening when we have.
But you
teams
never
like-
know because you've defeated the kings of Europe. So,
Yeah, but again, football it's all about equations and mathematics.
Yeah.
You gotta tick all the boxes
Yeah.
for 90 minutes to get everything in
You
line.
need that bit of luck as well. At times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, going through the final stages, finishing top 4 or top 3, and an FA Cup or something down the line would be a successful season for all Chelsea fans.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sam, for
Thanks for having me.
thanks for your time, for your valuable time, and thanks for giving us so many insights and raw views as a fan. And thank you so much. I'll
Cheers,
talk to you soon as well when Chelsea progresses through the season. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you.